Hi there, it's Rita, and today I'm going to show you how to make a 3D flying geese. Flying goose? Flying geese. Anyhow, I'm going to show you how to do that. It is so easy, so simple. You're going to be like, wow, one seam is all it takes. I know, one seam. So I'm going to show you how to do it. I've cut out two different kinds here so I can show you twice because that's how fast it is. You're going to need two background squares, so the sky squares, the ones in the corners, and you're going to need one goose. So this is going to be my goose, the triangle. The way you calculate it, and you can do this for any size, so the way you calculate how big you need to cut these is you figure out how tall you want your flying geese to be. So I want my flying geese to be 4 inches tall. So I've cut two squares right here. Well, there's two sets of squares, so 4 inches each. Now, in order to calculate the goose, you add these together. So whatever size you did, so I got 4, so 4 plus 4 is 8. Take away 1/2 inch, so it is 7.5. So this is still 3 inches tall, but it's only 7.5 inches wide. If you wanted to do it 3 inches tall, it would be 3 plus 3 is 6, minus half is 5.5. So then it would be 3 inches tall by 5.5 inches long. That's what your goose will be. So easy, the math is so easy. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to take one of your background pieces and you're gonna lay it face up. You're gonna take your goose and you're gonna lay it, and you're going to fold it in half, wrong sides together, wrong sides together. So here's the fold right here, and this is the raw edges. So I'm going to line up the raw edges on one side here, like this, and then you will see, because it's a little bit shorter, we've got 1/4 inch sticking out here. I'm going to lay the other part of the sky on top of this like a sandwich. Now, in your head, you might be thinking, okay, we're gonna stitch there, but that's not what we're going to do. We want to stitch on one of the sides. So the side here, it doesn't matter, it can be this side or it can be this side, it doesn't matter. We want to stitch on the part that has the short, where it's cut off here, where it's not quite as long, I should say. That's what we're going to do. So I'm going to stitch on this side here. I'm going to stitch on the bottom here, and you can see it's not quite touching there, so that's what we're going to do. Watch the magic happen. Okay, here we go. One seam. Okay, here it is, and you're like, what? How is that a flying goose? Look and see the magic. I am going to take this apart, spread this apart, and I'm going to do that. Look at that. One seam, ladies, one seam. And then if you want to be extra fancy, you could, well, here, hold on. Let's just iron this first so I can tell you. So I'm just going to press this so it's all proper here. Oops. Okay. So there is your flying goose. Isn't that easy? So you can now take, if you want, just fold that over because it's on the bias, and either just leave it like that or stitch it right along the edge here to give it that fancy sort of cathedral window look type of thing. But yeah, so let's do that again because it was that fast. Okay, so we have our square minus 4 inches. I have my goose, which is, so 4 plus 4 is 8, minus 1/2, so it's 7.5. So this is still the width. This always has to be the width of your sky, but it's going to be 1/2 inch shorter. And we're going to fold this wrong sides together like so. And we're going to line it up with the raw edges. We're going to line it up with the raw edges here. And then we're going to take this one right side down. So we're sandwiching the goose, making a goose sandwich. And we are going to stitch on this side or this side. It doesn't matter. This side or this side. So again, I love doing this. This is so easy. Oops. There we go. Okay. Here it is. Look at that. And then we're just going to fold it down, pull it like that, and iron it. How easy? How easy is that? That is so amazing. That is so, so cool. And then all you got to do is just iron it flat. And this would make such a cool little thing, like for a kid's quilt, because they like to pick and finicky at things, right? They're little like that. You could tuck little things inside to give them a little message when you give it to them. So yeah, look at that. Your 3D flying geese. 3D, one seam. How cool is that? Hope you learned something new. Let me know if you like this video, and if there's something else that you would like me to show you how to do. I'm always happy to learn and teach you as well. Thanks for watching.